Well, hello everybody, and welcome to NetJuke Arts. Today's topic is my brush with Duke Snyder's legacy. How did that happen? Well, it actually touched me in a variety of ways as a baseball writer and a baseball card collector and a Dodger fan. So in different ways, this brush with the Duke's legacy is really something that I'm very happy about. And it just happened by happenstance. And I'll tell about how that came about real quick. But let's see, who are we talking about? This is for my baseball card blogging buddies and for you to enjoy out there. Duke Snyder is who we're talking about. I collect the Duke a little bit. I have to collect these newer cards, tribute cards, more so because, hey, collecting Duke Snyder is expensive if you're looking for cards from his playing days and in good condition. They're not cheap because, of course, he is a Brooklyn Dodger legend. But I'm showing off some of my favorite modern tribute reprint style cards of the Duke that I really enjoy. Here we have the Duke in a frame. This is like a beveled edge frame here. So it's a very attractive card with a nice painting. And I love the edge and I love the highlights. The card is just very attractive looking. All right, so getting to my story of what happened with Duke Snyder. I'm a writer, and I write for LA Dodger Report. Many of you know that. I write and I vlog. I video log for LA Dodger Report. And anyways, a while back when Duke Snyder received a posthumous, unfortunately, when he received a posthumous pardon from the president for his convictions on tax evasion. He was eventually pardoned, and I wrote a story about it for LA Dodger Report. Well, that was several years back. What happened was recently, when Willie McCovey passed away, the family of Willie McCovey read about how he had been pardoned for the same kind of conviction, tax evasion. And they discovered in reading about Willie McCovey that Duke Snyder had been pardoned because, believe it or not, they didn't even know Duke Snyder had been pardoned for tax evasion. I received an email from the son-in-law of Mr. Snyder. His son-in-law, who had married Duke Snyder's youngest daughter, I'm pretty sure that I'm okay to mention this and tell this story. I certainly hope so, sir. I won't reveal your name or anything, but he's the Duke's son-in-law, and he wrote to me and told me the story about how they came upon my article about Duke Snyder's pardon. They came upon my article and learned about the Duke's pardon. And so he wrote to me an email saying that, partly saying thank you for writing about it, because otherwise we heard nothing. Can you believe that? That's fascinating. He even told me in the email that the Duke's wife, who's still living, the Duke's wife didn't even know. So I don't know, go figure. They pardoned him, but nobody thought to tell the family. So that's a story all of it within itself, but I don't know details beyond that. All right, so getting back, before we finish out that story about the Duke, part 2, let's check out some more Duke Snyder cards, shall we? Because a lot of people come here to see the baseball cards. And as I mentioned, I collect the Duke in his playing days. I don't have many Duke Snyder cards from his playing days. I believe this is a 57, something like that. I think it's a 57 Brooklyn Dodgers Duke Snyder vintage. I think this is Ebbets Field in the background. I'm making the guess that the photo is Ebbets Field, but what a beautiful card. Original, vintage, and very nice condition. So I love this Duke Snyder card. Here we go. Next, the Duke is a little bit older, and we have Duke Snyder, the Silver Fox. I think they had nicknamed him that when he was playing for the Dodgers in his later years. This photo is not Dodger Stadium, so I don't know where that was taken, but there's a photo of the clubber ready to still hit home runs. So right on, Duke. Here's another couple. How about Baseball Thrills? I chased this subset, and I don't have it finished yet. I don't have all of them, but you can check out my blog, All Trade Bait, all the time, on what I collect, and you can click on there and you can find out. You can see what cards I have and what cards I don't, if you want to trade with me and help me to finish this set. I have some of the big names. I have Aaron and Al Kaline, and the Duke. Snyder's Play. All right, so I love this card as well. So there you go. Vintage, back of the card. Once again, ma'am, if you're collecting vintage, as all good vintage collectors know, condition, condition, condition. All right? I can't buy like 9s and 10s, but I sure can buy pretty decent when I find the right deal. And here we go. Last Duke Snyder. Dodgers, Boss and Power. I also like these inserts here. So we've got the Duke, and we've got his manager, Walter Alston, with him. So very nice card as well. So to finish out the story, the second half of the story of my brush with Duke Snyder's legacy was in the email. He also mentioned that Duke Snyder's son-in-law also mentioned to me that he agreed with my evaluation of why I thought the Duke did what he did. Yes, he was guilty of tax evasion, but, he wasn't a bad man. I don't label him that way in particularly doing a bad thing. What I wrote about was the fact that the Duke came along to make a nice chunk of money in the baseball memorabilia days when autographs and memorabilia were getting red hot. And ex-ball players who barely made any money when they played were lucky to make any money when their career was over, okay? And along comes this opportunity to make a little bit of scratch. The autograph market was hot. It was Duke Snyder's chance to cash in on some money that he, didn't make big money back in the days like today's ball players do. I'm sure ex-ball players, they look at the nowadays guys, 18 million to watch a ball that they think is a home run and then bounce off and be a single, So they see that, and this is their chance for a payday. And so I think Snyder and some of those other guys saw it as a payday, and they were going to get what they could get. And why not? Keep as much as you possibly can. And they're not going to live forever. And good luck. I'm going to keep as much money as I can. His son-in-law said, I pretty much agree with that evaluation. And he said, anyway, to close out, he said that I was very happy and I was very proud because he said that my article brought back good memories for the family, and it was nice for them to read something about, good old Duke of Flatbush. So I made them happy in that way. And I received that surprise email in the mail, and just happened because I was there when the world went around. So there's my brush with the legend of Duke Snyder. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon. Don't forget, like, subscribe, please. All right? Peace.